All right, hello everyone. My name is Takashi, and this is Latsou. So, yeah, guys, I'm just gonna be starting a City Skylines 2 YouTube channel, and I've been building out the city now for about, I want to say 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. I've called it Latsou. That's the name, Latsou. And yeah, I've been building out this city for a couple weeks now, and I am really liking it. And I've always really wanted to make a City Skylines 2 YouTube channel. I've been playing this game ever since it came out. I've been playing City Skylines 1 probably since like 2021, so I have a lot of experience in the city building game kind of area. And I've always really wanted to make a YouTube channel and showcase my cities with everybody else. It's kind of been what I've wanted to do now for a while, but I've never gotten around to do it. But I figured this would be the perfect city to show everybody on YouTube. I'm really excited, guys. I've been really excited about this city. I absolutely love playing it, and today is going to be episode 1, quote unquote. Obviously, I've been playing before this, as you guys can see, but the episodes will basically just carry on from now and until we completed the city. So it's going to be a Let's Play series, you know. We're going to be building, maybe a little bit time lapses in here and there, but for the most part, it's going to be live gameplay. I think without further ado, though, guys, we should get into, you know, its actual city. So welcome, guys, to Latsou. And the city name itself, I don't really know where I got it. Kind of made it up. But this is the city, guys. Here it is. So, yeah. I'm really liking it, though. I think this city has a ton of potential. It's kind of Hong Kong / Singapore themed. As you guys can see, you know, it's kind of on its own little coastal region. Very tall skyscrapers, not really any single family housing. But then again, this is its completely own thing. This is not going to be like a Let's Play of Hong Kong. You know, I'm not trying to recreate Hong Kong or Singapore or whatever. This is its own thing. Yeah, and this is its own city. So let's get into some stats here, just so that everybody knows kind of where Latsou is. So just under 50,000 population. And here we can see the population demographic. Unemployment is very high, so I do need to get that under control. We do have a positive population growth rate. We see there are more people being born than dying. Also more people moving in than moving out. 1% homeless rate, which is actually kind of high. Yeah. So then, what else is there? Well, there's traffic. So here's the traffic view. Roads are pretty congested. We don't have any public transit yet other than this train station. And yeah, I'll just go over kind of a couple of the districts. So here we have Bankston Sax. Now, I'm just going to give you guys a warning. A lot of the names I use in my cities are very made up. They're very random. They don't really have any real life meaning. They're just made up. I think they sound cool, and I like calling them that. However, this is one of the only ones that I think actually has a meaning. And that is because there are a ton of offices here. Like a lot. Like probably about 80% of buildings in Bankston Sax are offices. And if you look a little closer, a lot of them are financial. Not that one. This one is. This one is. Like a lot of them. This one. Not that one. Not that one. This one. This, not that one. But a lot of them are finance. Well, I guess we're not getting a ton of finance now. But you get the point. So I kind of just named this after Banks Town. There's a lot of banks. So I thought that was, yeah. So that's kind of that. I tried to detail it a good amount, and just for a little bit of prefacing before anybody gets super invested into this series, I'm not a super detailer. I will never be a super detailer. I simply just don't have the patience to do it. This is about the level of detailing I'll do. You know, good amount of trees, some props here and there, some surfaces. But I don't do decals. I don't really do any of that sort of stuff, simply because I'm more about actually playing out as a city rather than as like an art, if that makes sense. I'm more interested in building an actual simulation rather than like kind of like using it for a more artistic purpose, if that makes sense. And as we can see here, someone's just walking their 3 dogs. Anyway, so yeah, that is Bankston Sachs. Over here to the east or the right, we have Canary Wharf. Now, obviously, Canary Wharf is a real place. If you didn't already know, Canary Wharf is in London, England. It is probably the bigger financial hub of London. There's a couple, but this has nothing to do with finance, actually. I really like the name Canary Wharf. I think it's cool. This is obviously, I wouldn't say it's a wharf, but it's close enough. It's a cool name. I like it, so we're gonna roll with it. And then the actual city behind us, I have called Bayiacs. I don't know. This just seems like such a cool name for me. I'm really big on naming things. That's just me. So if you're big on naming things, please leave tons of comments below. I actually have a whole Google Docs of just city names that I keep to name districts and cities and all that sort of stuff. And I just decided to call this one Bayiacs. I just like that name. It's kind of cool. It's unique. And yeah, so the basic structure for this city will be Latsou is kind of like the country. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for here. I'm aiming for a Singapore. I'm aiming for a Hong Kong in the sense that it is its own independent state. So technically Latsou is not a city, it'll be a country. And for example, Bayiacs will be a city. In terms of the actual borders and stuff, I'm kind of picky on that. I'm not gonna lie. And I do wish City Skylines 2 would add things like neighborhoods, like a feature to add a neighborhood, because I would rather Canary Wharf and Bankston Sachs be kind of independent neighborhoods of Bayiacs, kind of like its own district of Bayiacs. Now I know that is kind of like, well, not how the game is supposed to be played. The game is supposed to be played in a city sense, not a country sense. So this would be its own city. But if you kind of understand where I'm coming from, that's where I'm coming from. So yeah, but that's about it. My goals for Latsou, pretty simple. Literally just cover the entire map. That's my only goal. I want to build cities everywhere. Like this city will probably have, by the time I deem it complete, probably have like 500,000 people, maybe even pushing 1 million. I'm really not too sure what to expect, guys, to be honest, but yeah. All right, so yeah, we're just gonna try to fill up the entire map with cities. That's basically the entire goal. So yeah, if you guys want to see that, then stick around, guys, because this city is not going to be done until it is completely developed. And I'm talking developed. Alright, so let's get into the actual building of today. But actually, before we do that, I just want to go ahead and show you guys the economy, where we're at right now. So we're currently getting about $4 million a month. Just to let you guys know, this is on normal mode, so it's not easy mode, it is normal mode. Here's my tax situation. I have 0 industrial buildings. The office tax is very low. I'll show you why. And that is because, look at that. Just look at that, 430 T. I don't know what that stands for tons, because I don't know how you're measuring financial companies in tons or financial success in tons, but if that is tons, then it's tons. 430, and I think I saw it peak at about 520 the other day. So yeah, definitely Bankston Sachs is definitely a behemoth when it comes to the financial sector. But yeah. Anyway, you might notice this big green patch in the middle of these two extremely developed areas between Bankston and Bayiacs, and this is going to become a huge central park. I mean, if you couldn't already guess, actually I'm just gonna speed the game up while I'm talking. Yeah, this is gonna become a huge central park, and this is actually a train line down here. And yeah, this train line goes and connects up to our central station right here. This is just simply the normal vanilla train station. I just really like to splice buildings on top of it because I just think it's so ugly and it does not work in a downtown area. So yeah, I just have this. I think this is the Japanese asset. I think this is also a Japanese asset. I just put them on top of the train station. Here we can actually see the train come through. This train actually goes all the way over here to this station, which this will eventually be kind of like this, just a lot less big. And yeah, I just have this little park here. That's something that I really do like, just placing parks everywhere. And the number one thing you're gonna notice with this city is the sheer amount of trees. There are a lot of trees in this city. I just think trees make everything look so much better. Yes, it's tedious. Yes, it's kind of annoying, but it is so freaking worth it to just have this many trees. And then obviously I just have this big highway. Actually not very big. It's only 2 lanes on each side. It's a pretty small highway actually, going right through Bayiacs right here. I have not named it yet, which I will. And yeah, then let's get on to education. So this is the first post-secondary institution. So this is North Bayiacs College of Mathematics. I just thought, you know, why not give it a specialized kind of thing. I don't know why a math college would have a big sports facility, but whatever. They're gonna have a big sports facility. You know, got a high school and elementary school right there. This is just a train yard. And then over here, we have probably one of my favorite things in this entire game. And it is the, I believe, what asset pack is this? This is the modern architecture. I think that's what MA is. I don't know. I forget the names of the DLCs. I think it's modern architecture. But I mean, guys, this is just such a gorgeous university. I mean, come on. I'd want to go here. This is beautiful. And obviously pedestrian paths everywhere. Trees everywhere, just gorgeous. It's like brutalism, but still. Actually, this isn't even brutalism. What am I talking about? This is, I don't even know what you call this type of architecture, but yeah. And then obviously, probably one of my favorite parts of the entire city is just the train line snaking through the city and just all the trees around it and these huge tall buildings. And then obviously kind of snaking right under the path, kind of going almost dead center to the university. That would be pretty cool if I got a dead center. Maybe we could do that one day. But for now, I think it looks really good. It's super seamless. I absolutely love that. It just looks amazing. And then over here we have this plaza thing, which I'm gonna be honest, guys, for the longest time I thought this was water, but it's actually, you can go down here. And of course there's homeless people. Great. We're gonna have to deal with that. Help them, whatever, get rid of them, whatever it may be. I just don't like it that there's tents in my nice parks. But yeah, just like little office blocks, or not office blocks, residential blocks here. Some super expensive towers probably. Like imagine how expensive the penthouses would be on these. Not much though, because sometimes I'll look at these towers that I think would be like, you know, $1 million penthouses, and it'll say the residents are poor or modest or whatever. So interesting how that works. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how the real estate really works in this game. It's a little funky, but it's okay, not really too big of a deal. But yeah, guys, so that's basically the city so far. In terms of asset packs, I have, let's just see. So I have the Chinese asset pack, the Japanese asset pack, and the North and Southeastern North American asset packs. And then I do have the modern architecture DLC that gave me this university, this thing right here, and then the college, which I think it's worth it. It's like 10 bucks or something. And it also gave me this, I'm pretty sure. Maybe, I'm not too sure. I think that, whatever. But yeah, guys, so it's just a pretty chill city, and it's gonna get really, really, really big. We're already at almost 50,000 people. We are declining right now. I don't know, probably because there's not very many ways to get into the city just yet. It's just kind of like one highway and a train line. But yeah. So for today, guys, I've already rambled on too much about the city. I mean, it is the introduction. But for today, I kind of just want to finish up North Bayiacs. I kind of want to get this area finished up, put some buildings in there, get some people living there, whatever. Because yeah, there's just a ton of open space here, which I don't like it. We need to get this developed pretty quickly. So we're gonna start off with the street layout. Obviously, anarchy stays on for me. So yeah, let's just get a street layout going. You know, nothing crazy. This is also a 99% ploppable series. So I plopped like almost all the buildings that you're gonna see. So there's no real zoning happening. It's just, yeah, it's all plopping. In terms of my street layouts, they're pretty basic, to be honest. Like, they're kind of just grid variations that I kind of like, give them a little bit of character, you know. Let's split that one up. Yeah, nothing too crazy with my street layouts here. There's not really much I can do. This is kind of a limited space, to be honest. But obviously, we first have to finish up this area. Because yeah, we haven't finished this area yet. My kind of tactic for plopping is kind of weird. I don't really think I've seen any other CS2 YouTuber do what I do, to be honest. I kind of just grab from a bunch of different asset packs and just plop them wherever I think it'll look good, and then fill in the gaps later. As you guys can see, I've kind of just grabbed these random assets, plop them, and then now we're gonna fill in the gaps and see what we can do. This is kind of a weird road right here, so I already know we're gonna put a park on this kind of corner, so we can just go ahead and grab an alley and kind of just do that, because this is gonna be impossible to try to fit a building in there. We could probably fit in like one of these super skinny skyscrapers from the Chinese pack, but I kind of want to taper off in terms of length. Like, this is kind of, I don't know how I feel about that, but we're gonna keep it, whatever. It's not really every day that you see a big skyscraper next to a train yard, but whatever. This is Latsou, so it's gonna be fine. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's look for. I always type in L5, which means level 5, and then I always do high because I want, you know, taller buildings. So let's just look here. Definitely not that, but you know, let's just plop some buildings here. I did say I wanted to taper off from height, but you know, we gotta have some height. So let's just go in here. I think this guy's probably pretty good. I want to get like a smaller, yeah, something like that. And this is going to be a residential area. North Bayiacs will be a residential area because just in Bankston alone, there are almost 10,000 jobs in just this tiny little pocket here. Whereas Bayiacs as a whole doesn't even have, you know, 7,500, and it's probably like 10 times the size of Bankston, which is crazy. So yeah, this is definitely gonna stay pretty residential. I gotta put something here, something like more exciting. Maybe a little bit of a bigger building. Actually, we're gonna stay with some smaller assets here. Again, don't want to go too crazy with the height here. These guys are already complaining. This instantly filled up. Look at that. Yeah, they're already complaining about the noise pollution because they are right next to a highway. That kind of sucks, but it's okay. Let's see, what else can we put here? I need some pretty small assets. We're gonna do only Chinese cashier. This is still pretty close to like the century. I just don't want like these types of buildings out here. I think that'd be a little not so nice, not so great. Definitely not that. We could maybe do that one. Let's just see what else we got. I do want to start tapering down though, for sure. Let's see what else we got. Maybe we could do this guy right here. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scoot this guy over. That should probably be pretty good. Yeah, that'll be good. And then maybe put a park in here or something. I don't really... we could actually probably... Actually, we're going to find a building to go there. Something smaller. Yeah, that's probably pretty good. You know, just kind of slowly kind of fill in the gaps with buildings. All right, let's really start to taper off here though. Like, I don't really want anything too tall here. Let's just go something simple. Like, not all the blocks need to be like crazy dense and all that sort of stuff. So let's just try to find... I like this building a lot, actually. Let's see. Well, now we're getting into some of the other assets. This 2x3, we could probably get this guy in here. It's pretty good. And I know this looks like really weird right now, guys, but trust me, when we get trees in here, it's gonna look a lot better. Yeah, maybe this isn't the greatest idea. We have 2 schools right next to a bunch of houses, so nah, I think about it, it's probably a good idea. We're gonna get rid of them. Don't want them to, you know, suffer or anything. This guy's also complaining about noise pollution, so maybe we should just, yeah, let's do that. Let's just get some trees in his place, or her place, or whatever. Let's go ahead and let's put two oaks right there. Fill up the spot. All right, now we gotta, let's figure out what we're gonna put here. Probably some sort of commercial building, maybe something like that. Oh, perfect! Look at that. That's great. Okay, and then maybe just, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Probably some low offices. Let's just try something like that. Can we get a 3x6 somewhere? 3x6. Perfect. 4x3. That's good. 2x2. 3x2. 3x3. That guy did not snap to the road. Okay, and we'll just fill in the trees eventually, obviously. Let's get back to this. Let's get back to zoning here. So let's try to find maybe like, I really do like these buildings here. So probably gonna do like 2 of those, and then maybe that might be a little, it's not too bad. That's all right. Now let's figure out what we're gonna do here. I actually don't even know, because this is a bit of a weird one. We have this big tower here, and then we could always just make this a park. That'd be nice, but I don't think we're gonna do that. So let's grab, I don't want another big tower there. That doesn't really work. So let's get, here's an interesting part. This is a bit of a dilemma. Let's go with, we have to definitely bring, ooh, I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go with some Japanese medium, or sorry, mixed density, or whatever they call it, mixed zoning. I like these assets a lot. I actually made a whole Japanese city if you guys want to see that, that'd be pretty cool. I'm no longer playing it just because I don't know, kind of got boring, but because yeah, I don't think the Japanese pack is just like that good. Like I do like the assets, obviously. I just said that, but the pack itself isn't really that good, to be honest. They could have added a lot more, and they didn't. It's kind of disappointing. We also didn't get any train stations with it, which is kind of crazy because that's literally what Japan is known for. But it's okay. So then we got here. Let's probably try to splice this together a little better. There we go. Follow like the curve of the road, and then probably just have a little. Probably just something like that. That's probably good. Put some trees there eventually. That's pretty good. Alright, I think that's good for that area. Now, let's get to some commercial along here, probably. I think that'll probably work. Let's just type in hi. Oh, accidentally had that toggled. Let's go with some 3 by something. We need some 3x4s. I'm not sure, you need something by 3. You need the last digit to be a 3. What the hell? Is there no... Huh. It might actually be a no. Actually, no, it's the wrong asset. I don't want that one. We can do that one. Maybe that one. And then that one. Sure. Alright. Yeah, it's a little weird, but we're just going to leave it. It's okay. Alright. And these guys are... Ugh. Seriously. What is this? I don't know why they're really complaining about that. Are they really that close? Seriously? Okay, what if we like move you over? What about like that? Maybe that's a little better. Maybe they'll stop complaining. If they keep complaining, then we'll get rid of them. I don't want people to be unhappy and have to listen to a bunch of little kids, but yeah. Alright, so let's get to trees. I didn't even put that many trees there, so let's go ahead and get some trees in there. So yeah, guys, that's one thing that I'm pretty crazy about, is trees. I absolutely love trees in this game. They make everything just so much better. It's actually crazy how big of a difference trees make. Like, this city would look horrible without trees. Yes, it'd be bad if there were no trees. So yeah, let's get some trees in here. Fill them up there. Then let's do over here. By far the best tree in this game are oaks. I mean, it's not even close in my opinion. They're so full, big. They're by far the best, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, and hickories are pretty good. These hickories? Yeah. I thought that's what they were called. So yeah, just kind of doing like that, and then I go with birches next. There's no real technique to it. It's kind of just, I just do the bigger trees first, and then slowly do the smaller ones, and then get into like lindens, all that sort of stuff. And then finally London planes. I really do like these trees too. These are the trees that I really liked using over here on the metro tracks, or the train tracks, kind of along the sides. Kind of gives that like vines effect, I guess. You don't want to overdo it though, because then it just kind of looks like a little weird. It doesn't look as urban, I guess. But there we go. That's probably pretty good. Alright, now let's move on to this block. Over here. Just do that. Boom. And you know, here we're actually just going to drag out the surface because it makes sense. You know, with some of them on the corners, usually just, yeah, want to do. But let's just drag that out there. Why not? Can't have too many trees, yeah. Can we get rid of this? No, it's part of the asset. Okay, that's all right. Sometimes it is a little bit difficult to see with all the shadows for sure, but it's okay. We won't do hickories this time. I don't think there's room, to be honest. I think it'll just be oak and birch. Actually, we can do one right there. Now let's put that one right there. Just a little linden, 2 lindens, 3 lindens. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Look at that, all full and covered in trees. And it's automatically, just from like literally 50 seconds of putting trees down, it just looks 10 times better already. And I love that. All right, now let's move over here. So let's do this. So boom, 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 boom. And then put an oak there. Do some birches in there. Fill it in. There we go. That looks amazing. Look at that. All right. Now let's move on to this block. I just literally just go block. Oh my gosh. I go block by block though. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, just block by block, kind of slowly but surely filling in the gaps. One of these episodes, I definitely do want to, here, over here on the university, I kind of do want to do a green roof along this big building in the middle. I think that, you know, putting some trees on top of this roof would just be so cool. I really want to do that. So hopefully eventually we can get to doing that. I think that'd look phenomenal. Anyway though, where were we? We were over here. So yeah, but yeah, it's crazy how much trees actually matter. And you know, it's kind of relaxing. Just kind of put some trees down, and it's really rewarding though, because it makes it just look so much better, you know. And it's not even that difficult either. It's kind of just, you just gotta be patient. You gotta take your time, and then boom, it just elevates it so much more, and it just looks so much better. Like, I don't know, there's no other way to put it. Yeah, let's also put some trees under here. One of my favorite things to do is put them kind of near the highway. I don't know why. It's just like one of my favorite parts. Putting them close to the highway. I don't know, I think that's just so cool. I don't know. Whenever I'm driving on the highway and there's a bunch of trees around, it just makes it look so much better. Let's put a birch in there, right there. So yeah, I really like doing that. Well, let's get some down here. Kind of random, but whatever. We'll put a hickory, a couple of birch. There we go. Look, it just feels so much more snug, you know? You kind of just driving along the highway, you got big buildings next to you, you got trees, concrete, train tracks even. Like, it just, I don't know, it just makes it seem a lot more cozy and definitely a lot more urban and compact, which is 100% what we're going for. In terms of these, I guess this park, I don't know, we should probably put a tiny little park in here. Some of the parks are, yeah, they're like really small, so we can fit something. Let's do a square pocket park. That'll be good. And let's just do 3 oaks and hickory. Here we go. There we go. Now we got a little park in there. Boom. And it just really makes everything look so much better, guys. I don't know, we just literally in the 10 minutes that took, it just makes everything look so good. So yeah. Now let's get on to kind of below the university. Now we're gonna deal with what's south of the highway probably next episode. I have no clue what I'm gonna do in this section right here, guys. You guys are gonna have to let me know. Let's speed up the simulation here just so that people can move in. So yeah, any suggestions what to do here will be greatly appreciated. Because, you know, yeah, I could just do what I've been doing here over here, but, you know, it's a little boring. So I was thinking about a harbor, like a big port, but then again, I think this would be a way better area, and, you know, I don't really want to have big industrial traffic right next to, like, basically the Wall Street of my city, aka Bankston. But yeah. Another thing that you'll notice is that some of these streets I have named and some of them I haven't. So I've named Park Avenue, which is because it runs along Park, the park, or to be the park right here. So yeah, this is Park Avenue along here. We have Connection Street right here because it connects Canary Wharf to Bayiacs. And then right here, sorry New York, but I stole Broadway because Broadway is just such a cool name. And then here we have Saks Avenue. I don't even know why. It's just a cool name. And then over here we have Bank Street because, you know, a lot of the big banks are on this street. I guess not anymore. This actually used to be a bank, but I guess they moved. But yeah, so we're gonna have to figure out what to do there another time. But let's just see what we're gonna do behind our university. Now this is a really high noise polluting area, so we're probably not going to be able to do much. And I'm honestly thinking, do we just slap a park here and cover it in trees? I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to do that. I want to put maybe one commercial building here. I don't really know what. Is that really the best 4x4 we can get? It might be. That's a little better. It's not horrible. We could also do something here. Let's get another. We're definitely gonna need a little bit of a smaller one in here. We're gonna do a 4x4 in there. That's probably good. Let's drag out these surfaces. This is the one part of detailing that I think actually is worth it. Like, I don't think it's worth it to do decals and stuff, because I think you need to have a really good computer to do that anyway. I do have a really good computer, but I'm more for like the city building aspect rather than the detailing. But yeah. So I don't know, maybe we should just kind of cover this with trees. I'm honestly tempted to do that. No one's really been using this highway exit thing, so I think we should, and there's one right here anyway. So I don't really know why I had that in the first place. Like, what is the point of this when there's that? So we're just gonna get rid of that. And we're gonna cut Hamilton Street kind of like that. Yeah, that's probably good. And then let's see, can we get a park in here? Let's see, what kind of parks are there? We're gonna go to large parks. We have Passage Park. I want something a little bigger. Something like that, maybe, yeah. Or multi-purpose park. Ooh. That could be kind of cool, actually. So let's just make this a little alleyway here. Just like that. And then let's just put this guy right there. Boom. I don't know. Skate park, maybe not. Let's try the other one. The larger one. Ooh, this one's really big though. I guess we can do it. Whatever. Right behind the university. Why not? I mean, it's all gonna get covered up with trees anyway. So, you know me, guys. So, yeah. Let's also just get another. I want to get another one of these guys in here. And let's do this 3x2 right there. And then that can be it for the commercial buildings, right? Oh, what happened here? It's not good. There we go. Should we put another one here? Should we? I don't know. Decisions. let's do another one. Whatever. Right next to the nice park. It's probably gonna be nice real estate, right? It makes sense. Instantly gets filled up. Of course, I had Demand Master on. Probably the best mod in the entire game. I'm not even joking. So, yeah, go get Demand Master, guys. Yeah, let's get some not residential, pedestrian paths going in. I think that would look good. Let's just try to get this snapped up to 9. No, that's not gonna work. That's gonna work though. Is it gonna work? Let's see. There we go. Drag that up to the nodes, man. Sometimes the nodes are kind of funky. Let's continue this over here. And then when does this park end? Alright, okay, it ends pretty quick. Right there. There we go. Okay, this can kind of connect up to Park Street right here. Why not? No, this has to stay Park Street, guys. Come on. Wait, did I have Park Street or Park Avenue? Let's do Park Avenue. I don't know what I have it before. I might have had it Park Avenue before, but whatever. Let's just continue this up through here. Can I get the snap? It doesn't really matter if it snaps anyway. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty good. And then Park Avenue, we can, should we continue it? I don't know. Let's continue it just for fun. Or let's actually just get a nice little roundabout here. Boom. That'll be the end of Park Street right there. Probably let's put some development over here. I don't actually know what we should put. This is a pretty high noise polluting building. So, should we put some residential buildings there? I don't know. I don't know if that'd be a good idea. They probably wouldn't like it, but should we do it? Let's do it. Whatever. Or should we put more commercial? That's the question. Okay, trees up till there, so let's do. I do love that asset, but let's not do that. Let's do this guy, and then I guess we can just do some Japanese. Some Japanese mixed zone, whatever, mixed use. Hopefully they don't complain about the thing, so yeah. They're probably gonna complain, but I get it, honestly. Let's just kind of sprinkle these through there, densify it up, you know. And of course, let's get some trees, because trees are basically steroids in this game, because they just make everything look crazy. That made no sense, but whatever. Let's get more oaks in here. Yeah, well, I like it when they're kind of like, when they kind of like poke through the highway. It's kind of cool, because I don't know, just kind of like that. Definitely want to have some trees up against the buildings, because I don't want them to be like right onto the tracks or anything. That'd be pretty bad. Yeah, gotta reduce the noise pollution as much as possible. Can't have my people being displeased by the train traffic noise. That wouldn't be good. I'm a good mayor, guys. There we go. Look at that. That looks amazing. I'm really happy with that, actually. That turned out pretty good. So yeah, just add a bit more people now. Bayiacs now at a population of 41,000, and we have climbed, I think, 4,000 people. I think when I started the episodes at 48, now we're at 52. So that's pretty good, actually. Yeah, let's just keep going. Let's see what else we can put here. What can we put here? Can we put like a little school? If we didn't already have enough, because there's already, oh my god, there's actually a ton of schools already. What can we put here that's kind of like important? Maybe like another radio mast. We don't need it, but whatever. Should we just put one? Actually no, we're not gonna do that. We might not even be able to put anything, to be honest. Let's see. Maybe we can make like a little hidden gem here, like a little, ooh, yeah, like a bookstore. Right, this is the bookstore, yeah, bookshop. Let's just place the bookshop right there. Why not? Just make it a little hidden gem for whoever finds it. If they find it, I don't know. This is pretty in the middle of nowhere. This is behind a university, so who knows? Let's start putting our trees on our park, because I'm not gonna lie, guys, the park assets in this game are pretty bad. They, for some reason, like to have parks with no trees, which, I'm gonna be honest, guys, that I didn't even know that existed, a park with no trees. That's crazy to me. So yeah, whoever made the park assets, guys, you gotta do a better job, because this is not cutting it. But then again, it gives you more customizability, if that's even a word. So you can go ahead and put your own trees, which I guess is kind of cool. But yeah, let's just do that. Let's get some going in there. I like the hickories, but I don't like having too much of them. They're I find that they stand out quite a bit, so just chill with those. And some birches. Birches are pretty nice. But yeah, basically the same trees I've been using the entire time. But yeah, just the same trees rotated in and out. Oh, and yeah, sometimes this happens. You'll put a tree on top of another tree, which is pretty funny. I think this one's actually on top of a tree, but it's okay. Oh, I did this actually a couple times. What the hell? This guy's on top of a tree, and this guy's also on top of a tree. Okay, that's kind of funny, but anyway. Yeah, let's go in with the lindens now. These ones are nice, they're a little smaller. So yeah, just going through the crevices, you know. And then yeah, so I think this map is in the southern hemisphere. Makes sense, because right now it's only 12 degrees and it's fall, even though it's June. So yeah, interesting. All right, I think that's probably pretty good. Look at that, guys, that just looks phenomenal. I'm really happy with the way that turned out. Trees, a bit of zoning, a little hidden park here. It just looks incredible. I'm super happy with this, guys. Yeah, this is turning out pretty good. I'm pretty happy. We got a little bookstore here. All right, also, I kind of just want to go ahead and put some more trees in the university, or the college, I guess I should say. You know, actually, we're not going to call this the College of Mathematics. That seems a little informal. We're going to call it School of Mathematics. Actually, North Bayiacs Institution. There we go. NBIM. Look at that. We have our own acronym too. Alright, and then these guys are also filling up. That's nice. Alright, yeah, let's get some more trees going on this campus. It's pretty bland. I don't like that because the university campus is, I think I did a phenomenal job on there, if I do say so myself. So I kind of, oh, okay, twice in a row there again, twice in a row. Gotta be careful. It's probably pretty, oh, look at that. I didn't even realize. Look, that is so cool. Huh. Look at that. There were, oh my god, look at this guy go. Look at the jumping jacks. That's awesome though. Huh. That's really cool. I've never noticed that. Yeah, this guy out here. What is he doing? Just relaxing, I guess. Yeah, he's just looking up at this guy. Huh. That's pretty cool. I did not know that. That's awesome though. I'm actually, wow, that's really cool though. I've never noticed that The Sims could do that, so that's pretty cool to me. Yeah, and they got like little tennis courts here too. This is an amazing asset. I absolutely love this one. Is this like a skate park thing? Yeah, it is, I think. Oh my god. I love it. I absolutely love it. Alright, let's get back to this. Treeing it up. Yeah, let's just... I don't want to do any ones at the back of the buildings, because... I don't know. I feel like that'd be like too many trees, honestly. But, yeah, I think that's pretty good. Alright, let's get to the front here. I think I'm definitely gotta get some trees out here. So, I mean, it's like the centerpiece of the whole thing. Oh my god, I did it again, guys. Ugh. It's crazy how you can do that. I mean, with anarchy on, you can kind of do anything. So, yeah. Oh, not that button. This one, let's put some blend in a blend plane. There we go. So yeah, this university, not really busy. Only 37% capacity. The university is even worse, I think. Yeah. Out of 35,000, there's only 4,000. So they definitely do need some more students for sure. So hopefully my population can have a bit of a higher drive to learn and educate. So hopefully they can start going to university and actually using the university that I spent quite a bit of money on. Because these things do not come cheap. Especially with all these upgrades. Because this is obviously not the base thing. But yeah. I think I missed, but whatever. Yeah, let's get some more oaks. Honestly, it's just kind of like where to put the oaks. They're the only tree that really matters, to be honest. Like, all the other trees pale in comparison to the oaks. I'm not gonna lie. And look at that, guys. This area is really coming together. Bayiacs, North Bayiacs is really coming together. I'm really liking it. I'm really liking it, actually. Alright, let's finish up these 2 blocks. Why not? Actually, we're just gonna do this block. What can we put here? Let's see. Do we need more fire? No, we're pretty good for fire. Let's see, police. Yeah, we could probably use some police, I'm not gonna lie. So let's see, what can we fit in here? We can do a police station, police headquarters. Ooh, that's pretty scary. Police headquarters again. Maybe we should just do these. We'll do these right here. The Northeastern Police Headquarters. Boom. Look at that. Big asset. And let's give it an upgrade. You know, we want a safe city. So let's give it an upgrade. And yeah. Alright, I'm gonna actually get rid of these 2 guys. Just so that I can drag out the surfaces. The police station. Kind of blends in, I'm not gonna lie. It kind of looks like it's part of the university, but, or the institution, I should say. Yeah, let's drag out this side now. Maybe this can be like a path for the students. Alright, we already have the helicopter leaving. Wow, that was quick. It's kind of funny. Alright, and let's get some trees. Obviously. I mean, come on. How could we not have some trees in here? That would be criminal. I wouldn't even, that'd be like watching someone else. Oh, we gotta get some more in this little walkway place. And there you have it. Look at that, guys. We basically just placed about 5 million more trees and really filled up this area. I think we made it look pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this, actually. Yeah, I think it's great. We really did make this place look a whole lot better. I'm pretty happy though. Yeah, really happy, very satisfied. But that's gonna basically do it for today, guys. That's gonna do it for the very first episode. This episode is gonna be very long. I really don't know how long I'm expecting each episode to be. Probably 30-45 minutes, maybe an hour at most. I don't think I'll ever make a video over an hour. But yeah, guys, in terms of like when I'm gonna be uploading, I'm gonna be uploading literally as much as I can. So a couple times a week probably. And we're just gonna grow Latsou together, make it the best city in this game's history, and just make it really nice. So yeah, guys, without further ado, that's gonna be it for episode 1. I'll see you guys for episode 2.